Welcome to Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports, and I'm joined once again by the head coach of the Alabama baseball team, Mitch Gaspard. Coach, thanks for joining us.
You bet.
Coach, you returned home this weekend for a series. You went to Florida Atlantic last weekend to Boca Raton, Florida. You talked about how great the weather was down there, but this weekend you'll be back home here in Tuscaloosa to host Tulane, a team that you've had some good games against recently.
We have, looking forward to the weekend series, and Tulane has a tremendous pitching staff. They've got a really dynamic Friday night starter that's going to pitch in the mid-90s and has had a lot of success in the early part of the season. So should be a really good series for us this weekend.
Coach, the first weekend or the week of the season, your offense kind of carried your team. This past weekend, your pitching kind of stepped up, the starters did. What can we look to see out of this team against Tulane?
Well, we hope to see a lot of the same, and the combination of two. And I think, one area that's been really good for us has been defensively. We've really picked up the ball well, and we haven't given away, extra outs. So I think as a whole, we just want to be good in all phases of the ball game, and we're certainly working in that direction right now.
Coach, up the middle through 7 games, you've already turned 12 double plays, and that's a freshman combo up the middle with Mikey White and Overstreet over there at second. Can you talk about them, and how big is it for those two freshmen to kind of step up that way and kind of solidify the middle of the infield defense?
Well, I think, it's a couple things. One, our pitchers are very comfortable now. They know to, pitch in the bottom of the strike zone, get ground balls, and we got opportunities to turn double plays. And but the defense as a whole, obviously the double plays are huge, but I think, we've been good in all those areas, infield and outfield, making doubles into singles by, cutting balls off, doing the little things well. That's allowing us to turn those double plays that have been, crucial for us.
You think that's something that's really key when you have a young team, is to make sure that they do the fundamentals well, and it seems like they're doing that.
Yeah, no question. That's what you want. I think the advantage we're in right now with these two kids is they have a very high baseball IQ, so their awareness is really good, and so they're able to put themselves in nice positions. And as I said, I think that's a real confidence booster, for our pitchers, knowing those guys are going to be in the right spots and they can get those guys out of some jams.
But Coach, another guy that's kind of stepped up huge for you, he's not a freshman, he's a senior, Brett Booth. He's thrown out 5 of 11 runners stealing, and he's kind of just was thrown into that catcher's role kind of as the season started with one of your starting catcher, being injured. So you hope to get him back soon, but right now Brett Booth's kind of filled that role nicely, hasn't he?
Well, Brett's been tremendous. He's been, I think, the MVP, through 7 games, just the way he's handled everything. And Brett's, certainly, he caught 55 games for us last year, so and did a good job for us there. But what I like about Brett right now is just the way the entire game's coming to him. He's really helping those young guys out. Each area of his game has been good. Defensively, he's playing extremely well, throwing out runners, as you said. Offensively, he's been a force for us. But what he's doing with those pitchers and working with Dax Norris and those guys for their development as we go through, he's just been, tremendous, and need him to continue to do that throughout the season.
And Coach, on Friday night, that's Friday against Tulane at 6:05, on Saturday against Tulane at 2:05, and Sunday you wrap up the series at 1:05 against Tulane. And you can watch those games if you can't be here. I know you'd rather fans be here, but if they can't, you'd like for them to watch on Tide TV at rolltide.com for Tide TV subscribers. But also, if you download the University of Alabama Sports app, you can go to the iTunes Store or Google Play and type in University of Alabama Sports. You can actually watch the games live on your mobile device, on your iPhone, iPad, or Android. So that's kind of cool too, Coach, for the fans to be able to stay in touch with Alabama baseball.
Well, it is, and this is just through 7 games. For those who've had an opportunity to watch this team, they're a lot of fun. We've got a young group, and with some old guys mixed in, playing extremely well, and I know just from a coaching standpoint, they're a joy right now to watch the way they get after it, the way they play the game, and really that's what we want in our team, is a team that has no quit in it, plays with a lot of grit and gets after it. And this group through 7 games is doing a good job of that.
It is a fun team, Coach. One of my favorite things about baseball is it means winter is starting to be over with and spring and summer's coming, so it's going to be a lot of fun this season.
It is. Thank you.
We're head coach Mitch Gaspard. I'm Chris Franklin. That's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.